Imagine being able to learn a language completely on your own, without classes, without tutors, using only your own personalized materials and doing speaking practice at home. 10 years ago, that was impossible. 5 years ago, still impossible. But now, thanks to AI, you can do it. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how. My name's Mikkel. I'm a hyper-polyglot. I speak 12 languages, and I developed a fast and efficient language learning system in the Innovation Center of the University of Deusto, here in San Sebastian. I've helped thousands of people learn languages fast, without wasting time. Learning a language is actually rather simple. You only need 3 things. You need to learn a lot of words and sentences, the right ones, the ones you're going to use. You need massive amounts of listening practice with the right content, and you need to get massive speaking practice the right way. That's it. Forget grammar books, forget endless exercises, forget all of that. You want the language to understand native speakers and to have conversations, right? So the only things that matter are words, sentences, listening, and speaking practice. Relatively straightforward, isn't it? The first thing you need are sentences. Thousands of them. First of all the sentences you want to be able to say in real conversations. I call this language islands. And you also need sentences that contain all the common words and all the most common grammar in the language. If you learn enough sentences, you won't need to study grammar ever again. You'll just learn it in context. Also, you can learn vocabulary way faster this way. Most people fail because they think too small. They learn 1 or 2 words a day. At that rate, you'll stay stuck at beginner level forever. You need thousands of words. You need to start thinking big. 30 words a day, 50 words, even 100 words a day. And yes, that's possible if you do it the right way. So where do you get all those words and sentences? Of course, the internet has lists. But AI is infinitely better because you can ask it not only for the most common words, but also, for example, sentences. Here's why this matters. Unless you use mnemonics, learning a word in isolation is weak. Learning a word inside a sentence is much more effective. Review a sentence 10 times and you'll recognize it. Review it 20 or 30 times and you'll remember it well. The words, the grammar, everything. That means that learning 100 new words a day equals 100 sentences. And reviewing each sentence 20 or 30 times means just 2 to 3 hours of practice. You can do this while working out, walking, commuting, or doing chores. Simple, isn't it? If you do this with a few thousand of the most common words, especially verbs and adjectives, you'll understand 90 or 95% of the language rather quickly. Forget random YouTube videos and so-called immersion. Repetition beats comprehensible input every time. Anyone good at any skill knows you need massive amounts of repetition and deliberate practice to get good. Language is no different. Next, you take those AI-generated sentences, run them through text-to-speech software like TTS Maker or 11 Labs, and create audio files. And now you can listen, shadow, and repeat aloud anytime. And what about speaking? Well, this is where AI gives you a massive advantage. You can build your language islands, all the sentences you personally want to say in every situation, every context, and about every topic with AI. AI can help you brainstorm them, translate them, and add them straight into your learning list. And here's the best part. You can practice speaking with AI too. In fact, it's already way better than a human teacher, if you do it right. I've trained ChatGPT to do 2 kinds of speaking practice. The first one is having a conversation in the target language, the right way. You talk to the AI, and it talks back to you in the target language. It keeps the conversation going, asks questions, and for the most part doesn't correct you during the conversation so that you can focus on having a conversation and getting as much practice as possible. Only at the end, it gives you feedback, a list of the biggest mistakes you've made, and a list of example sentences to learn that specific piece of grammar or those words you're struggling with. It will also give you a list of the sentences you've used during the interaction to add them to your language islands. The second speaking practice mode I trained ChatGPT for is the 1-minute speaking exercise. You speak aloud for a minute, sending the AI a voice note, and it'll give you a corrected version of what you said as a list of sentences. You look at this feedback and you try again, talking about the same thing or something else. You can do this as many times as you want, every day. And each time you will get a corrected list of sentences of everything you said. So you're not only getting a lot of speaking practice, as much as you want, you're also generating lots and lots of personalized sentences to add to your language islands. With 20 or 30 voice notes a day, you can get several hours of corrected speaking practice per week and add hundreds of sentences to your language islands. Then you simply take those sentences, create audio files to listen to, repeat them, drill them, and come back to practice again. Speaking practice, feedback, review through repetition, over and over again. Simple. That's how you get fluent in 2025. So stop wasting your time with slow methods. Forget so-called immersion and comprehensible input videos and grammar textbooks and apps, because AI gives you everything you need. Personalized sentences, audio drills, and unlimited conversation practice with instant feedback. Thousands of sentences, relentless repetition, listening and speaking practice every single day. That's the formula, and this works way faster than anything else. If you want me to show you step by step how to use AI to learn to speak languages faster, stay tuned, because I've got more videos coming that will walk you through every part of the process. Now let's get back to work.